There's been a huge lack of titles on the Xbox Series X and the PS5, and a lot of people are really just looking for these systems, but a lot of people also say that these systems could have been delayed because there's really no content for the most part on any of them. Yes, PlayStation did have a few bangers at the very beginning of the generation in Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon's Souls, and the pack-in for Astro's Playroom was actually pretty cool. If you go over to the Xbox side, we pretty much were just greedy with a bunch of third-party games, and we did get the medium, but that did come out like pretty much a month after launch. And from that point, pretty much leaking into 2021, we haven't really seen anything on the first party standing. And I definitely want to discuss that with you guys because some people, like I said earlier, believe that these systems could have been delayed due to the lack of content that we have going into pretty much as of right now, early April. So in this video, we're going to discuss that. And we're also going to talk about a feature that a lot of people really know about, but is it a reason to go out and buy your next gen system? Let's talk about it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Forte, and I appreciate you checking out this video. And please make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to stay up to date on all of the things happening on this channel, there's a notification bell. Make sure you ring it and turn on all notifications so you can know the next time that this video or any other video goes live. Now, this video was inspired by Colin Moriarty and the conversation they had on Sacred Symbols Plus, which is his podcast. I'll have a link to it down in the description so you can go check it out. Really good dude. Had a lot of great things to say on that podcast. And as always, the Iron Lords always knock out of the park when it comes to these interviews. So please check that out if you ever get a chance. But they basically just wanted to talk about how some gamers truly believe that even knowing PS5 and Xbox Series X don't have a lot of games going on right now, but there is still a benefit to buying those systems. And that is something that I wanted to talk about in this video. But first, let's talk about why we are having this conversation in the first place. Like I said in the intro of this video, there has been a lack of content, at least on the first party side. You know, when it comes to third party, we've been having a lot of fun. We had Outriders just recently come out. We got MLB releasing in the next few weeks. We also had games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Call of Duty, you know, you name it, it's pretty much released. One of my favorite games of the generation so far, Immortal Phoenix Rising, that is another game that released after the new consoles released. So there has been a lot of content that has released on these systems, but it just hasn't been anything of note from the first party since pretty much November of last year. And we're creeping up on April, and a lot of people are wondering, yo, what's the next game coming out on PS5 that I could actually play? Hey, where's your PS5 games at? Hey, where's your Xbox Series X games at? And if you want to know why I'm talking like that, as you guys know, I'm a manager at GameStop, and this is the question I get asked all the time because people are just ready to play something new. But there's been a huge conversation around, should you have even bought these systems, or should they have been delayed due to the lack of content that has been released over the course of the first 6 months of this generation? And I'm just going to tell you my opinion right now. Absolutely not. They shouldn't have been delayed. There was a reason to buy these systems. You guys know I am a huge fan of Destiny, and I was playing that game pretty much only on PC unless I had to come over and play with some friends that I just haven't played with in a while, and I truly enjoy playing with them. But let's be for real, 4K 30 was a drag. Those load times were a drag. And I told myself when the Xbox Series X comes out, because Bungie announced a very long time ago over the summer that they were going to be updating the system to 4K 60 frames per second. And I was like, that's all I needed to know. I'll be back as soon as Beyond Light releases. And they released it pretty much coincide with the fact that the new system was launching. And that was something that I was very, very happy to see. But the only reason I did that is because of the frame boost that they did give to the game. They also added some more quality of life stuff like FOV sliders and stuff like that, and just being able to play with your friends. And that was a really big benefit and a reason that I actually went out and spent $500 on a next gen console. Now, I'm not here to tell you that new games aren't the driving force of a brand new system. Everybody wants brand new games with their system, and that is without saying, but 60 frames per second up to 120 frames per second, depending on what game you're playing, that to me is a huge benefit that I think some people overlook. Now, if we take this over to the PC platform and why PC gamers do the things that they do it in the name of performance. Performance is king when it comes to the PC platform. That's why you see people running out getting 2080 Ti's size when they first released, and not even a year to 2 years later, they're trying to get the next and best greatest thing like a 3080 Ti or a 3090 when they finally do come back in stock. But that is why people are always upgrading, because they're always chasing a moving target. And some people, I envy you, because I feel like you guys are probably more adept to actually just playing the games and loving the games for what they are. But for me, I gotta have performance. I have to have stable frame rates. I have to have clear visuals. I have to have all of those things to make the experience that I'm trying to experience better. It needs to be a benefit to me. And I think that's something that these next gen systems do offer you. Have you tried to play something like Call of Duty on a base Xbox One or a base PS4? Have you tried to see what those frame stutters and stuff look like on those consoles? That is something that a lot of people are still dealing with to this day. And yes, they are probably out there trying to find systems right now, but saying that they should have delayed these systems until like middle of this year or later, it's kind of crazy to me, because I do think even knowing the games aren't there, there is something tangible there for everybody to use to enjoy their games. Think about FPS boost that Xbox has added to their ecosystem when it comes to their older games. All of those older games are getting that just because the system has the performance to actually do it. And I think that is what the conversation needs to be around. So do I really truly think that next gen needed to happen when it happened? Yes, I do, because I think people were very tired and bored of the monotony that we had of the 8th generation, and everybody was ready to move on. And it's just unfortunate that we had to go through a pandemic in order to get to this point. And a lot of people are still, like I said, looking for these systems. And once they finally get a system in their possession, they'll understand, just like you understand. Performance is something that you cannot really quantify until you actually have it and you see it for yourself. A lot of gamers are used to looking at 30 frames, 60 frames, not even stable. Let's be for real. A lot of these games did promote that they were 30 frames and 60 frames, but you were really only getting like 21 and 47 or 52. You weren't locked at that 60 frames per second. And yes, some of these games that we have right now still don't hit that lock number, but there is way more consistency now with these next generation consoles than we ever had before. But with that being said, guys, I truly appreciate you watching this video. Please tell me down in the comment section, why did you buy your Xbox Series X or your PlayStation 5? Those are the conversations that I want to have with you guys down in the comment section. And if you're still looking for a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series S, please don't worry, you will get one. Stay consistent and make sure you're doing everything you can in order to get the system that you want in your household. But with that being said, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends on social media, turn on that notification bell, because it will let you know the next time one of my videos go live. And I truly appreciate every last one of you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.